my name's Hilary Jane. I'm a pop and hip hop Christian artist. I sing, I rap, but I also have a YouTube where I like to talk about relationships, godly living, do Bible studies, and all of that. So if it's your first time, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it. I posted something on Instagram that seems to be resonating with a lot of people. I admitted something that I had been holding in for like 4.5 years. I mean, my husband knows, and I've shared it with my pastor and my best friend back in Houston, but I hadn't really shared it with anyone, and I opened up about it on Instagram, and it seems a lot of people are dealing with being lonely. So I kind of wanted to encourage you and talk to you about it right now. Okay, so for about 4.5 years ago, I moved to California from Houston, Texas, where I have 2 of my best friends and a lot of really close friends that I grew up with, a lot of memories shared, just years and years put into friendships that are built on really solid foundations. So you could imagine that even though I've been here almost 5 years, I am lonely to a degree. I have an amazing community. I'm a part of my church deeply. I know people's souls, they know my souls. I have biblical community. That's not the issue here. This culture is not the same as growing up. The people here are different than the people I'm used to growing up. And it's just not the same. That's not a diss to any of my friends. They know I love them. But I can go to a Bible study, have the deepest theological study, have prayer time, talk with women who encourage me and I encourage them, and just this rich fellowship time, and still go home at the end of the day and have a loneliness in my heart. So if that's you, I just want to encourage you 2 things. So a lot of times we can be lonely and we can let it pull us away from people. They don't really know me. They don't really understand me. They don't really get me. They don't like the things I like. They don't talk the way I talk. They don't think the way I think. They're different. I'm different. We're friends and we're close, but we'll never be besties. Like, all of these things can go through our mind, and maybe they're true to an extent, but that doesn't give us an excuse to not live biblically and press into community and be a part of the body of Christ in a healthy way, where we know people's souls and they know ours, and we're confessing sin and we're loving and serving and encouraging one another. Like, the body of Christ needs you to be a part of it. It needs me to be a part of it. And we need to be a part of it. And we cannot allow loneliness to start to creep into our mind in such a way where it's bringing us low and making us depressed and making us feel like there's nobody out there for us. God gave us the church. God knows what He's doing. There are people in your life, maybe they're not going to be your bestie, but that doesn't mean that they can't fulfill what God has put them in your life to fulfill, and that they don't need you in their life as well. So don't shy away from community. Press in, press in, press in. Love people, let people love you. Know people and let people know you. And yeah, maybe it doesn't make the loneliness go away altogether. There are certain lonelinesses that never go away. People lose children. That will never be filled. People lose family members or loved ones. Like, if my husband died, like, that's a certain hole in my heart that will never be filled by anyone, but I can still live a fruitful life, in a life that glorifies God, in a life that I'm joyful in and have peace and happiness in. So don't make that lonely hole in your heart an idol. Focus on all of the beauty that you have and God has given you in your life, and just live a full life with what God has given you, and be grateful for that.